Welcome back, guys. In today's video, I'm going to do Linux strength training. Now, this Linux or this room is considered for beginners, but I would tell you guys, if you have done previous Linux rooms in TryHackMe, for example, if we take this room, Linux Fundamentals Part 1, the Linux Fundamentals Part 1, 2, and 3 are for beginners. But in this room, I would say the concepts would fit more into intermediate, the intermediate category, right? I know we're not going to work with servering or treating Linux system as a server for public access. Not going to do that, but the stuff that we're going to do right now or in this video will be kind of close to intermediate, not exactly intermediate, but it's between beginner and intermediate, right? In comparison to the fundamentals rooms. All right, so you can attempt this room if you have done the fundamentals of Linux. Now you can also find many walkthroughs on my channel on Linux beginners training. All right, so in this room, we're gonna work with files, use the find command. We're gonna go through hashing, decoding, and lastly, we will go through encryption, decryption using GPG. And of course, we're gonna learn how to read SQL databases. The first thing you would do all the time, you would deploy the machine and make sure you are connected to the TryHackMe network. All right then. So the first thing here, you can read through all of the readings, but if you have got my notes here, so you can of course go through the readings, but you don't need to go through the readings if you have got my notes, which are available as part of the membership. Now note guys, I got many questions about the notes. The notes are changing regularly. There is no way to download them one time and then you think you're not gonna need them, right? The notes are changing regularly. So the subscription and the membership, if you want to get the most out of it, you need to always be subscribed to the membership. There is no way just to take the notes, download them, and then be done with it, right? Because I change them regularly, I update them regularly. So for your own sake, it's better to think of it this way. So let's get back. Now, finding your way around Linux. Okay, so we have a couple of questions here. Now, these questions will test your knowledge with the find command. Okay, so basically I'm gonna see how I can connect to this room here. Let me check. So I think we're gonna need to connect to the room through the so we need to do that through the attack box here. So use the attack box, use Kali Linux. Let me check on that. Apparently there is no SSH credentials. Oh, okay, we have. So let's connect to the machine. SSH. Okay, type yes. And the password is the same, top sun. Okay. So, back. Now, what is the correct option for finding files based on group? Now, we're gonna walk on that later, but it is dash group. Now, what is the format for finding a file with the username Francis and the size of 52 kilobytes in the directory home Francis? Now, although there is no machine ready in this room with the user Francis, but let me demonstrate that on my machine. So, basically, now this is the target machine, right? But the user is Thompson. Never mind the user now. The command is like that. So first we start with the find. Then we define the directory in which we are searching. In my case, it is /home/Francis, right? And then the required or the thing we're looking for is considered or categorized as a file. So we define that with dash type F. And lastly, And not lastly, we have other stuff. Next, we define the other criteria. The other criteria is, first we have the user dash user, which is Francis, and the size of the file, which is 52 kilobytes. That's how we type the command. Now, if you enter, it's not going to work because Francis doesn't exist on the current connection given in the machine. So you're gonna remove that and keep it as only an answer. So next, SSH as Thompson using his password Thompson. Go to the home/Thompson chat logs directory and type the following grep-irl keyword. What's the name of the file that we found using this command? Okay, so first we connect. We have already connected. We go to Thompson, cd chat logs grep-irl keyword. Now, what does this do, guys? It actually looks for the word keyword and gives you the file that actually contains the keyword. So this is the file. Now, what is required then? So what's the name of the file that you found using this command, which this is the file name. Okay, now type less file name to open the file. Then before anything, type / before typing keyword followed by enter. Let me demonstrate this. So in this example, we used less to open the file 2019-10-11, right? So we want only to read the first couple of lines because the file is too long and we want to manage the way we read the file. We want to manage the size, right? So we use less. We want to keep the reading window short enough so we are able to read. So we type less. So you see, we open the file now. Now, if we want to search for a keyword using while we open the file with less, we type / and we type then the keyword or the word we're trying to find. In this case, it is keyword, and we hit enter. So as you can see, the first occurrence of the word keyword has been spotted. Right now, that's the explanation of all of that. Next, what are the characters subsequent to the word you found? So the characters subsequent to the word we found is, these are the characters. You see, TT, IT, or kind of tutor. Read the file name, readme if stuck. What is the file? What is the flag? Now here we apply a practical scenario to the find command. So we have a file name only, right? Let's quit from less now. Okay, so we're given the file name. We need to find that file. So the criteria is only the file name. We type find, and the directory is home Thompson dash type file, and then we define the file name. We're given the file name. The file name is readme if stuck.txt. So let me copy that. So yeah, so let me do this. So let's search for all directories. / only means for all directories, and we output to dev null to hide the errors. As you can see, the location has been found, so we cd to that location, cd to home Thompson, and we display the content of the file using the cat command. Okay, let's read through that. Looking for flag 1. It seems you will have to think harder if you want to find the flag. Perhaps try looking for a file called additional hint if you can't find it. Looking for a flag 2, look for a file named readme hint. Okay, one by one. So let's look for this file. We're looking for a flag 1 here. So we take the same command here. Okay. And here we change only the name. So the name is additional hint. Okay, it is not here. Let's read through that. It's called additional hint with no txt, I guess. So we have to remove the txt from here. Okay, so it is in Thompson channels. Let's cat. You can cat the content without navigating to the file name, to the file itself. So cat. Okay. So try to find a directory called telephone numbers. Oh wait, it contains a space. I wonder how we can find that. So here we want to find a file called telephone numbers, but the file does contain a space. So how do we manage this? So let's grab the same command here and see. Here we're gonna use double quotes for any file that contains a space. That's how we look for a file with such a name. Okay, find me the file. No. Okay, how about one quote, and here is single quote. Okay, how about we use apostrophe then? Still we can't find the file. Wait, the problem is here. So the apostrophe on the left needs to be like that. Still we can't find the file. Oh, let's look again. Oh, it's a directory, so it's my bad. I have to change this and make it D because we're looking for a directory here. Alright, now with double quotes, the way I guessed. Okay, so as you can see, we use double quotes, okay, to look for any file or directory with spaces. So that's the location. Okay, now we need to navigate to that location, but still we have the space problem here. So we're going to escape the space using something called backslash. So in here, cd to telephone, and we use backslash, okay, and numbers. Telephone numbers. So here, let's see that. Okay, so it worked. As you can see, we escaped the space with backslash space. So we are in the telephone number directory. ls, what do we have? readme.txt cat readme.txt. Alright, so what's that? Use the find command to find a file with a modified date of 2016-09-12 from the /workflows directory. So it's kind of sending us in a loop where we always look for files. It's only meant to train you on the find command with different scenarios. So here we're trying to find a file. Okay, we're not given the file name. The only criteria we're given is the location of the file and the modified date. So how are we gonna do that? First we type find slash from the workflows directory. Okay, slash home. I think I better type only slash. Okay, look for all directories. And then I define the type of file, which is F. Then I'm gonna use something new here to just match this criteria. So we're looking to find a file with a modified date of 2016-09-12. So this would be after 0911 and before 0913, because you have to account for the time difference and the time format, 24 hours, 12 hours. So -F, and we use the tag newer mt. We define the first date, which is 2016-09-11. So it's between 11 and 13. okay, and we put an exception for the 13 because we don't want the modified date of 13.9. We're looking for 12.9. So 2016 09, and here we have 13. Where is that? Okay, no. So as you can see, there is a file in that modified date which is here. So let's cd to that directory first. ls. Okay, so this is the file we need to cat actually. So let's cat this file, and I hope there is no loop again to look for files. Oh my god, look, this is too much content in here. So how do we find the flag, guys? So we're gonna use the less command, right? How about this one? Okay, scroll down a bit, see where we can see a highlighted text for the word flag. Oh, look, where is it? Okay, let's take this one, copy that, so it is flag like this. Nope, yeah, double flag, not correct. Okay, that is working with files, so it's only about the find command and less. Maybe this is finding your way around Linux, not working with files. Okay, next task, working with files. So again, you can either read through these, or you can also subscribe to the notes. Now, the question is, hypothetically you find yourself in a directory with many files, and you want to move all these files to that directory of home, Francis, logs. What is the correct command to do this? So basically this is the correct command. The explanation is that the first thing, mv for moving files, or sometimes in renaming them, but in this scenario we are moving the files. Now here is the destination directory, but here is the source. Now since we are at ourselves, we want all the files too. So here for the start, we move all the files in the current working directory, and the destination directory is this one. So all the files will be moved to that directory. Next thing, hypothetically you want to transfer a file from your home James desktop with the name script to the remote machine 192.168.0.10.5. So here we're looking to use the SSH connection to transfer files. So with SSCP, guys, we define first the file we're looking to transfer or upload, let me say. So here we're uploading files. First we define the source directory or the source file. Next then we define, here is the destination. Destination formula comes like that. First we define the username, okay, at the destination IP address with colon, and then we define the source directory at which the file will be hosted, or to which the file will be transferred. So this is a regular SSCP upload command. Now how would you rename a folder named -logs to -new logs? Now again, as I said earlier, mv command is sometimes used to rename files, but as you can see the file contains dash in its name. So the only way to rename that is to use mv --, okay, then we type the old file name, then the new file name. If there was no dash, we would not type --. We would only type mv, the old file name, the new file name. Okay, how would you copy the file named encryption keys to the directory of home John logs? Most of you know how to do that, which is with the cp command, but make sure that to put double quotes because the file does contain space. So you type the file you're looking to copy and then the destination directory. Now we get to the flag. So find the file name readme underscore hint inside Thompson's directory and read it using the instructions it gives you. Get the second flag. Okay, let's take the file name and then we go to cd home Thompson. Okay, so find dot for the current working directory dash type f dash name. This is the file name to slash dev slash null. So the file is located at records finance. So cat instructions: move the moveme.txt file to the March folder directory and then execute the sh program to reveal the second flag. You need to research three things: how to execute the bash files, how to work with files that begin with a dash, whether that is to do with copying or moving files, and how to work with files with spaces. Okay, we're gonna walk you through all of that. Now one by one, move the moveme.txt files. Where is that file first? Let's find it. So let's use the same command here. Take the moveme and replace it with, or replace readme hint with moveme. So it is not here, apparently. Now let's search for all of the directories of the file system. Hopefully we can find it. Nothing. Move the moveme file to the March folder directory, but I can't find the file. For starters, cd home. Let's cd to home Thompson. Okay, now let's type this. Yeah, as I expected, there is nothing here called moveme. So one last time, move the file, move the moveme.txt file. I'm making sure I typed the file name correctly. ls. Okay, let's go back to home Thompson, cd to corporate files, cd finance records finance. Now as you can see, why we couldn't find the file moveme.txt with the current command here, this one, because as you guessed guys, it starts with dash. So instead, if we typed dash here, see if you can find this. As you can see, we were able to find it because the file does contain dash here. That's why we couldn't find it in the first place. So let's get back to the notes here. Move the moveme text file to the March folder directory. Okay, where is the March folder? ls. So here is the March folder. Okay, now we're gonna move this one to this. So mv dash dash. Do you think why? Because the file does contain dash in its name. So we define dash dash in the mv command. And the destination directory is this one. The destination directory contains slash and also does contain single quotes. So we make sure to account these in your command. So next we define dash and then we type the folder name March 1 \, okay, for the space and folder. Now ls cd March folder. Yeah, also in cd guys, you have to type dash dash if the file name does contain dash, the directory name does contain dash, you have also to use dash dash in the cd. So ls, so we have move me.txt file again. Let's go back to the notes here. Move the move me.txt file done to the march directory folder directory, and then execute the sh program to reveal the second flag. Okay, the sh program here is this one. How do we do that? We type like this, run me.sh, and this is the flag. So the only thing you guys learned here is how to deal with files or directories that does contain dash at the very beginning. If you want to move them, you're gonna have to type dash dash. If you wanna cd to a directory that does contain dash, you can also use cd dash dash and then followed by the directory name, and of course use backslash space if there is space between two words. All right. No, I wanted to copy this one, so copy that. Okay then, so we're done now with find and search. Now let's go to hashing. I'm gonna skip right to the questions. You can always find the commands, the explanations in the notes. Okay, hashing. Let's go to the first question. Download the hash file attached to this task. An attempt to crack the MD5 hash. What is the password? So we've got here task files. Let's download them to desktop. I'm gonna copy that to my machine. Okay, so hash 1 is here. Let's open new tab and leave this the current one open. Alright, so what's the first question? Download the hash file attached to this task and attempt to crack the MD5 hash. So here we are looking to use the hashing and also brute forcing to extract passwords, all crack passwords. So here we're looking to use hashing in Linux. So basically, if you want to work with hashing and if you want to work with crack passwords or crack hashes, you're going to use John the Ripper. The command to do that is John cd back, because it's in the desktop, John, and then we define the format of the hash. So it's given that it is MD5, so we define that with dash dash format dash row equal MD5. Okay, then we define the word list, which we will use to find the password. The word list dash dash word list equal user share word list and the typical rockhere.txt. And then we define the directory or the location where the hash is. So basically slash, actually it is in the desktop, so we're gonna type hash only. Let me review the file name here. Okay, so it is not downloads. Why downloads? Let me do it again. So it's hash 1. I forgot that I am under TryHackMe. So this is the location of the file, hash, yeah, unknown format dash dash format equal MD5. Look at this. So the typo is like that. So here we have dash and here we have equal, so it's row MD5. All right, we're gonna give it some time. Very quick. This is the password. So now you learned how to crack MD5 hashes with John the Ripper. Basically, if you got hash, you can put it in a file and name it and use John the Ripper, by the way. What is this? Seems like I have a problem in the copying function. Alright, now SSH as Sarah using and use the password rainbow31230x. Okay, let's SSH the machine now. SSH Sarah at Now the password. Wrong password. Actually, the password is correct, but the username is not correct. We have H here. All right, we are in now. Okay, going back to the questions. Here, yeah, let's close this one. Sometimes I get lost between tabs. Okay, what is the hash type stored in the file hasha.txt? So here we have to find a type of hash. All right. So ls. So this is the file hasha.txt. Where is the file? Let's look for the file first. Find dash type f dash name hasha.txt to dev slash none. So the hash a is here. Okay, now we have to find the hash type. So basically, let's first look at the hash type. Look at the hash itself. No such file or directory. Look, we have here space. So basically here we're gonna type 1 \, no such file or directory. And you have also, we forgot also another / here. Alright, so this is the hash. Okay, if you're not sure about the hash type, what you can do here, guys, you can just type cat, right, and pipe that to hash, a program called hash identifier. Hash identifier. No such command. Let me make it. So I have to, yeah, okay. Let's take this then and take it to my system, because it seems that it's not installed on the target machine. So new tab again. I'm gonna launch hash identifier. I type in the hash. So these are the possible hashes types. Least possible hashes, possible hashes. So first we have MD4, 5, and then the second guess is MD4. I don't think it's MD5. Let me try MD4. Alright. Or you can use CrackStation, guys. CrackStation. If we again copy the hash itself, as you can see, this is the password of the hash, but this is also the type. All right then. Next question. Not here. Here. Crack hash a.txt using John the Ripper. What's the password? Now you can also use CrackStation, but the question is clearly asking using John the Ripper, right? Now you can use the same methodology we used here. You can store the hash in a file and then use John the Ripper, like the same way we did with the first question. So the password is admin. What is the hash type stored in the file hash_p.txt? Okay, let's find the file first. So this is the find command originally, and this is B. So this is the file, and this is the location. Let's cat. This is the hash. Go to hash identifier. Paste. SHA1 MySQL 5. Okay, let's correlate the results with CrackStation. So it is SHA1, and also we're given here in the hash identifier that it is SHA1, so this is the answer. It's always a good idea, guys, to correlate results or output between different tools. Find a word list with the oh my god. Find a word list or a word list with the file extension of .mnf and use it to crack the hash with the file name #c.txt. What is the password? Alright then, so find the word list that has an extension of mnf, and also we have to find the #c.txt. Alright, so here we have to do perform two find commands. The first one is to find the #c. So in here you would type the same one, the same find command, but instead with #c. So now we found the location of the hash. Let's cat it and define its type. Yes, I guess you're right. / here. So this is the hash, a long one. Now we go to hash identifier, paste. So SHA256, probably it is. Let's see, crack station. Unknown hash found. Alright, so here we're not required to find the hash type, but it is SHA256. Now we have to find a word list with the .mnf extension. How do we do that? Alright, so next, find in all directories -type f, right, -name. So here we look for all the files. We want to see all the file with the extension .mnf. How to do that? We put star in the place of the name, and then we type mnf. Of course, don't forget this one. You don't want to be drowned with errors. Okay, find me a file with mnf. This is the file. So home system abdb dub.mnf. Now the rest is to transfer this file to my machine. Okay, so basically first we're going to use SSCP in my machine. SSCP, and then we define the location. So it is Sarah at, let's grab the IP address. So here I'm looking to download a file, right? I'm downloading a file from an SSH server. So first I define the connection parameters, and then I define the directory. This is the directory with the along with the file name. Of course, don't forget the / here because the file does contain spaces, and I close that with the single quotes. Then I define the destination working directory in my machine. It's going to be desktop TryHackMe. Now it's going to ask me for the password. Of course, the password we have the password here. Type in the password and you will be able to download the file, as you can see here. Now we downloaded the word list to my machine. ls. Now we will use .ripper to crack the hash. Now first I'm gonna modify the file name called hash. Okay, forget about this. rm hash. Okay, and then nano hash. Let's copy the hash over to my machine. Okay, now we use .ripper to crack this hash. Yeah, the file name is hash. This is the target file that contains the hash, and then -- word list equals / the word is actually location is here, so we take this / file name or the wordless file name is www.mnf. And don't forget, guys, to define the hash type. So we go back, -- format equal row to SSH 256. So put space here, row SSH 256. Okay, I think we're done. Let's see. Supposedly this is the password. Let's try it. It was too quick. Aha, correct. Crack hashb.txt using John the Ripper. What is the password? Okay, back to the target machine and we look for the hashb file. So here B. Okay, cat. So this is the hash. Let me try with the crack station, guys. It is quicker. You already learned how to use John the Ripper, so it's not gonna be a problem. The password is let me in. Okay, now we finished with hashing. Alright, next, decoding base64. Now basically for decoding and encoding you can use two tools. First is online called base64 encode, or you can use perp suite decoder. I'm gonna leave that to you. Or you can use the built-in function in Linux to just decode and encode. Alrighty then. So what's the name of the tool which allows you to decode base64 strings? As you know, it is base64 in Linux. Find a file called encoded. What's the special answer? Alright, now it seems like we're gonna be stuck with the find command all the time in this challenge. So enter here, find /-type f-name encoded /dev/null. So the file is here. Let's find the special answer. I always forget this. / my what here. Okay, so the special answer seems to be too big. Okay, let's decode this one. How do we decode this? So we use cat, right? And then we use the pipe in Linux to pipe the output of the first command to the second command. The second command will be decoding the base64, base64-d. Okay, and because the file is big or the content is big, we don't want to we don't want to drown the screen with all of the long output. So we're gonna redirect or save the output into a file. We use double arrows indicating that we would like to open a new file and save the output in it. So let's say it is decoded.txt ls cat decoded. You see, that is the file content. Now we have decoded that successfully. Now we need to find the special answer. So technically you can use less here one more time with decoded, and we're gonna search using less the way we learned from previous questions, / and we look for the word special. Look for the keyword special in this very large text. So this is the first occurrence, but of course that is not the answer we're looking for. Let's scroll down looking for another occurrence for the word special. I hope we find that easily. I know I'm scrolling fast, but we got also another occurrence of special done. See special. The answer is in a file called Jesus Christ. Stop sending me into loop all the time. Send me through a loop of search. Loop of search. I told you guys, you're gonna be stuck with defined command in this challenge. So you're gonna look for a file called ent.txt. Okay, quit. And again, we find that file. ENT. So it is in home Syra logs ZHC ENT. Cat this file. This is a hash, right? Okay, quickly let's identify the type of that hash and see if crack session can find the password. Indeed, it is John. Again, you can use John the Ripper, guys, but to save time, let's do this online. Right. Next, encryption and decryption using GPG. I already have notes about this, so I'm not going to go through all of that. You can go through it if you want, or you can just again subscribe to the notes. So now to write yourself, make a random text file and enter some readable sentences in there before encrypting and decrypting it as illustrated above. So here we're gonna utilize GPG encryption, or yeah, for encryption and decryption. You can use that in Linux. So next, you wish to encrypt a file called history logs using the AES 128 scheme. What is the full command to do that? Now in Linux, guys, we can encrypt and decrypt files using GPG tool. So in this question, we're giving a file name called history logs and we would like to encrypt it. So first we use GPG, okay, and then we define the type of cipher, --cipher -algo. In here we define the type of the cipher. So it is AES 128. Okay, and then let's see if we are given anything else. We wish to encrypt a file called history logs. What's the full command? All right, and then we define what kind of the type of encryption. Is it symmetric? Is it asymmetric? Now normally asymmetric means public and private key. I don't think this is required in here, so we're gonna type -- symmetric. Okay, and we define the file itself that we would like to encrypt. As you can see, the command is correct. What's the command to decrypt the file you just encrypted? So the decryption is much easier. You just type GPG and type the file name. Normally when the file is encrypted, guys, the extension changes. So we take the same file name, but at this time we're gonna append with GPG, indicating that you are decrypting already encrypted file, which is text.gpg. Find an encrypted find an encrypted file called liar4. Its password is Bob. Use this to locate the flag. What's the flag? Okay, first thing first, search for the file before we talk about encryption and decryption. So find, yeah, the same command actually, like that, but we replace the file name. So the file is in here. Okay, now we need to encrypt that file. Let's go back to the question. Find an encrypted file. It's already encrypted, guys. What it is, its password is Bob. Use this to locate the flag. What is the flag? Okay, how about we try to cat the file? So see, it is encrypted, right? But there is no GPG extension. So it means we have to decrypt this file. GPG, and we define the file location along with its name. Type in the passphrase. It is Bob. Enter a new file name. So liar4 decrypted. Where is that file? Yeah, this is the file. Decrypted liar4. Find a file called liar3.txt. Its password is James. Yeah, keep me in the loop of find command. All right. So here we're gonna look for liar3, and liar3 seems to be also encrypted. So we're gonna use GPG to decrypt this file. Passphrase is, what was the passphrase? I forget. Let's go back to the notes. The password is James. Okay. No decryption key. No, I guess I need to wait. Let me do cat on the file. Okay, the password is James. Let's see now if it's gonna work. So the new file name will be liar3 decrypted.txt ls cat liar3. So find a file called liar2. This is getting ridiculous, man. Okay, let's find the file again. So one new file to find. Name slash so liar2 is here. Okay, and I guess this is also encrypted as we are given here. It is, the password is Tony, and the connection stuck. GPG. The password is Tony. Now we will be prompted for a new file name for the decrypted file. Okay, liar2 decrypted the text cat l2. And this is base 64. Now we're gonna need to decode this. So cat l2, right? And then we use pipe base 64-d. And since the output is not so long, we're gonna output that to the command line. And again, the output is find a file called liar1. Its password is hacked. A loop of finds. Just loop through the find command, man. Loop through it. So it is here. Again, we're going to use GPG for decrypting the file name. It is a good way to teach you actually how to get used to the GPG command. So the password is hacked. L1.decode cat L1. And finally we reach the flag. Okay, so now you're done with encryption and decryption using GPG. So cracking encrypted GPG files. So until far, all of the files that we are decrypting, we're given the password. How about we are stumbled upon a GPG file or an encrypted file with GPG and we're not given the password? So we're gonna need to decrypt it. Again, guys, these notes or these readings can be found in my notes. So question 1, Now try it yourself. Encrypt. Okay, completed. No need for that. Find an encrypted file called personal.txt.jpg and find a word list called data. Use tag to reverse the word list before brute forcing it against the encrypted file. What's the password to the encrypted file? So here I've got what to do. Let's first find the encrypted file. Find so it's in Sarah old logs units. Okay, now find the word list. So it's in Sarah old ZMN old stuff MVLP data. All right, now let's transfer these to my machine. So we're gonna split and use SSCP, the same information, but I'm going to change the IP address because I did a reset on the machine. So the same command stands, except we're gonna have to change on the IP. And of course, change on the path. The first file we are going to download, this is the path for the file along with its name. So we download the first file. Oh, the password. So where was the password? Not here. No, this is the password. I guess I'm gonna need to keep the password in some place. So we download the first file. Okay, the next file is the word list. The location is here. Okay, let me put the password somewhere. All right, the same SSCP command, except you're gonna need to change on the path. So the path this time is this one. All right, couple of changes. First here, put 1 backslash and a space and download. Yes, the password. Okay, so we have downloaded both the word list and the encrypted file. All right, so we're given in the question that we need to do some reversing on the file. Let's get back to this. Find an encrypted file called personal and find a word list called data. Use tag to reverse the word list before brute forcing it against the encrypted file. Use UPG to decrypt it using the word list. The find command will help you find these files. If you still get stuck, read the information. Okay. Remember, tag can be used to reverse the word list for brute forcing. Okay, so the word list here, ls, this is the word list data, and this is the encrypted file. You're gonna have to reverse this word list. Let's take a look at the word list first. Nano data.txt. Okay, we're gonna need to reverse that. Okay, tag data.txt. All right, this is done. Cat data.txt. Let me get back. So we need to put the, yeah, all right. So tag data.txt, and we output this to a new file called data reverse.txt ls. Now cat or nano data reversed. So it is reversed now. Now we use John the Ripper, guys. John dash dash word data. Use the word list that you just reversed, right? And then define the format dash dash format equal GPG, and then define the file itself, personal. No password hash is loaded. So we forgot one thing, guys. Here the encrypted file needs to be converted into a hash. So we're going to use a tool called GPG to John. Locate GPG to John. So here's the tool. I'm gonna copy that. Personal, right, and into a new file called GPG PG hash. ls. So this is the hash. Now next, with John the Ripper, we define the hash of the file, encrypted file. Let's see. So this is the password. Valamenzivonia. Okay. What is written in this now encrypted file? Now we're going to use this to decrypt or find the content of the file. So GPG personal, and here I type the password. What happened? ls cat personal, the text decrypted. Look at this. Getting strong in Linux. Getting strong in Linux. I like that, by the way. All right. Next task, guys. Reading SQL databases. Scroll. Okay, find a file called employees.sql and read the SQL database. Okay, back to Sarah. And Sarah, here, we're gonna need you to find this database. We're gonna need to do some work with that database. So can you do that for us? Now this is the database. Okay, so we're gonna need to interact with this database. Before doing so, let's check actually if the MySQL is running. Service MySQL status running. Thank you very much. Okay, let's connect MySQL -u Sarah -p. Oh, the password for Sarah, I guess I need to retrieve it from here. Access denied for Sarah. What is the password, guys? Let's see. Password is password. Okay, Sarah. Alright, back to the question. Find the flag contained in one of the tables. So here, let's go through the database, guys. So first thing, in order to interact with it or find the flag in one of the tables, we have first to understand the structure of the database. For that, we need to list the current databases. Show databases. So we have 4 databases: information schema, MySQL performance, sys. Now I am sure the one that we're looking for, or the one that we will interact with, is MySQL But if you guess the file name, or we're given a file name called employee, the database called employees.sql. So basically, in order to load this database into the MySQL server, we're going to use a command called source, right? And then the database name, employees.sql. Here we load a file, employees. Failed to open file, error 2. So the file name, I think we need to open the file from this location, or to connect to the database from this location. Let's cd to that location. Let's exit the database. Okay, cd to, and then MySQL -u Sarah -p password show databases. Okay, source employees SQL. Okay, now we loaded the database, or we're loading the database actually. All right, so let's make sure that the database has been successfully loaded. So show databases. So indeed we have the database loaded here. Now let's use that database. Use employees. Database changed. Let's see now what is in this database. So we use the command describe employees. Nope, we have a typo here. So these are the tables: employee number, birth date, first name, last name, gender, hire date. Okay, I think we have to now use some sort of search through all of these guys, right? One by one, in order to find this. But remember that the flag does contain brace, this one, this character. So most probably the flag actually is either in the last name or in the first name table, because it's not a date, it's not an integer, so it's definitely a character. So we're gonna use a search or a select command, and then we use some sort of search inside the select command to just find the flag. I made some typo, I guess. Let me do it one more time. So select star from employees where first name. So then comes the like statement. or the like function. Here we define a pattern to search for a specific string. So in this case, I define double quotes. So the symbol here we're looking for is the double braces, right? Because the flag is contained in between braces. So we're going to type percentage here and double braces. Inside them also percentage to indicate that there is content between the braces. Let's see if this works. So it is empty. Now how about the last name? And I need to define it. You see, this is the flag, and this is the pattern of the flag. You have a word, and then we have one brace here, and lastly, between the braces, we have content. That's why we use this expression or this, formula. So we copy that. Now on to the final challenge. Well done, you have exercised your Linux skills and you are now prepared for the final Linux workout to gain those big Linux muscles. Now is the final test to see if you are on your way to being Linux champion. This final challenge will incorporate all the skills you have learned. Remember, if you get stuck, refer back to the relevant tasks or use the hint button. Alternatively, you could always research for yourself. Have fun. So go to Home Shared Chat Logs directory and read the first chat log named LPNQ. Use this to help you proceed to the next task. Alright, let's now go to that chat log. So I'm already here. Read this one. Let's read through this first chat log. So command list not found. So it seems like we have to read through all of that. Alright, Sarah, hey Lucy, what happened to the database server? It's completely down now. Lucy, yeah, I believe we have had a problem. I will need to investigate, but for now there will be downtime for who knows how long. Sarah, that's a shame. I needed to refer to a customer's record due to them being unhappy with our service yesterday. Lucy saying if you ask Samir, he may be able to help you find the backup database copy we made a few hours ago. Sarah, of course, he's one of the SQL developers around here in charge of the database creation. I will ask him in a few minutes. Thank you. Lucy, no problem. By the way, our new security engineer may have accidentally stored SSH password of one of our employees. I have no idea how to change it, and he will not be back till tomorrow. Sarah, that's a shame. I'm sure we will all be fine till he returns. Do you know which employee it is? Lucy, I think it may have affected James, but I am not entirely sure. Sarah, that's terrible, but I am sure nothing will come of it, but he will be back tomorrow. Lucy, true. It's just a concern of mine because James is the only one with root access. But as you said, we should be okay. Talk to you later. So the two key takeaways here, guys, are we have a stored SSH password for James, and also we have a backup copy we need to look for. Okay, back to the question. What is Samir's password? Okay, so here we're gonna use grep -irl to look for a pattern. The pattern here is Samir. So we have 3 files where Samir is mentioned. Definitely the password is one of these files. So let's read through these files. pqmr. Again we have chat log. Sarah, hi Samir. Do you by any chance know where I can find the SQL backup copy on the system? Database server is down and I really need to help a customer out. Okay Samir, let me check out. Sarah saying thanks. Samir, check the home shared SQL directory. It should be in there with the date of today. Thank you Samir. No problem, it's probably encrypted. Just use the password Danipon. I guess we have to take notes here. Let's open a note file. So home shared SQL is the directory where the backup copy db backup. This is the location. Password is okay. We keep reading through that. Sarah, okay, thank you, no problem. Okay, here there is no password for Samir. Next, but make sure guys to take notes of the chat logs, okay, because you will need them for later questions. So Sarah again, hi Lucy, what happened to the database server? It's completely down now. Yes, I believe we have had a problem. I will need to investigate, but for now there will be this one we have gone through that, I guess. Okay. Next one, or the last one, is K, F, and P. So Sarah is talking. Michael, I have been having trouble accessing the SQL database backup copy made today. Samir gave me the password. It just will not work. Michael, oh yes, I remember. The security engineer was testing out a new automated software for creating SQL database backups. He must have configured it to encrypt the backup with a different password. Sarah, how can I get a hold of that? Michael, good question. From what I remember, the test program utilized a configuration file around 50 megabytes. It is located inside the home shared SQL conf directory. So config file this configuration file contained the directory location of a word list. It used to randomly select a password for encrypting the backup database. So here we have a word list. This is for word list file. Okay. So here's they're saying guys that the password of the database, which is located here, is actually one of the passwords contained in this word list. I don't really understand the last part. Michael, once you find the configuration file and consequently the word list directory, visit it. One of those word lists must contain the password it used for testing. All I remember is that the password began with EBQ. Okay. Password begins with EBQ. You will need Samir's account. His SSH password is this one. So from here you find guys the SSH password of Samir, and you will use that to SSH to his account. So let's SSH to his account. Clear SSH Samir at. Let me copy Samir password to this place. This room actually is a piece of work. Let's get back and see the IP. Now the password for Samir is this one. Now let's locate the word list, guys. So let's search. Don't cut, only copy. Let's search in this directory, find dash type file dash size. If you remember, it was 50 megabytes. So there is one file that is 50 megabytes. Okay, now let's cat this file. Supposedly this file contains information about the word list. Jesus, look at this. Okay, all right, okay. We need to use less for this. pwd. So let's 1 second. I guess after we SSH home shared SQL conf, let's go back to the notes. So home shared SQL conf is the place where we should locate the configuration file. Okay, and we actually did that. Let's use less to read through this file. All right, so here we have word list directory and base64. Let's delete this base64 to decode this and end up with the word list directory. We're looking to crack the password for the backup copy. So echo base64-d. Now this is the word list directory. Word list. All right, so let's see here. Let's cd to that directory, actually. Cd to yes, here we have got a space. Home. Yeah, we have also one / ls. So look, we have many files in here. One of them is the word list. How do we find this? Let's go back to the notes. So basically the password begins with abq. This means that one of the word list files here contains the word abq. Let's use grep-irl with abq. So there are many files containing abq. Actually, it is L here. Ah, 3 files. That's the difference, actually. So basically, we have 3 files. Now, let's take a look at these 3 files. Let's say cat pl, see what they are. This is a word list. And this is also a word list. And the last one, I guess, is also a word list. So let's combine these 3 word lists into one. So cat pl lm and then ul yeah. So let's put them in one file. So we direct the output to a new file called word list new.txt ls. So as you can see, we have the file wn.txt. This is the combined file that contains all of the passwords, or all of the word lists. Now again, we have to tame this file a little bit further. If you remember, the password of the database begins with the letter, or begins with abq. So we only need the passwords or the strings in the word list that begins with abq. So this means we have to do some filtering, I guess. Let's use a grep first. Grep-e abq wn. See how many? So we have these. All right, these are the strings that start with abq. Let's output them to a new file called wv2.txt. So cat wv2.txt. Now this word list is much better, and it will take less time finding the password. Okay, now we need to find the database. Let's see first if there are any questions we need to answer. What's the password for the SQL database backup copy? All right, so where is the database first? Let's go to that directory and find the database. So cd/ls. So this is the database, guys. Now we can use SSCP, I guess, to get that. So let's use, let's split the view one more time. SSCP. So here we have to do a couple of changes. Samir. The IP stays the same. No, not the same actually. Let's change the IP. And now we need to download the W2 or WV2. So this is a directory. Don't forget the backslash here. And of course, don't forget the file itself. b/wv2.txt. Download that to TryHackMe. Now we need the password for his account. Now we downloaded the WV2. Let's now download the database itself. So home, shared SQL. The database file name. Okay, again we need the password. Alright, now we downloaded. Oh, nope, not found. Yep. So here we need 1// and the password one more time. So the next step now is to convert the GPG encrypted database into a hash, so we can use John the Ripper with it. Now this is the command, we used that in the previous tasks, and then we use John the Ripper -- word list equal WV2, the new word list, and then we define -- format equal GPG, and then the file itself db hash. Cat db hash. Yeah, we've got a problem here. So first we have to unzip the file, but we don't have the password for that. And here you have a problem. Bad parameter give like cannot be bigger than buff size. Okay, so instead of doing with John the Ripper now, I don't want to deal with this error now. So basically what we can do here, guys, we can get back. So we try to decrypt that with one of these passwords. So cat wv2, okay, GPG. This is the file name. Now the password could be this one. Let's try it. Failed. One more time. Okay, third one. Also failed. How about this? Not correct. Also not correct. Well, I don't want to lose hope. Nope. Let me make sure am I copying the password correctly? Paste. Yeah, correctly. Not correct. Also not correct. Well, we have 3 passwords left. I hope one of them is correct. So is it the last one? I guess it worked. So it worked. The last one is the correct password. Okay. Find the SSH password of the user James. What is the password? Okay, so now we decrypted the database, guys. Let's see now if we can open the database on my machine. ls gpg 2020. Or I guess let me do it. Let's do it here. Enter. This is the password. ls. Now let's unzip the database. Oh, it's unzipping now. Okay, let's go to that directory, cd 2020. All right, let's take a look. Change log, employees partition 51.sql. Employees.sql. This is the one. All right, so I think we need to log into the MySQL database here. Let's use the server here. So unzip again. I know I did that twice, but I wanted to take a look first at my machine before I unzip it to the target machine. ls cd 2020, and we have the employees SQL, guys. So now let's log into the MySQL server and load this database. MySQL use Samir -p. Password is password. Okay, source now employees.sql as we did previously. Now we're loading the database. Find SSH password of the user James. What is the password? It is in the database itself. We're gonna find that. Then SSH at James and change the user to root. Okay then. Okay, now we've finished. So show databases. Now use employees. Describe employees. So employee number, birth date, first name, last name, gender, hire date. So we need to find the password for James. So again, select everything from, let's say, try first with first name and last name, because these are the two entries or fields with characters. From first name, where first name. Now we use the like function to find a pattern for James. So let's say James. table employees that first name doesn't exist. Look at that. Select star from employees, actually, not first name. So first name James, last name could be the password. Let's try now last name table. Nothing. So this is the password, I guess. Copy that. SSH as James. Let's do this. So exit SSH James at password. Okay, now we're required to change the root. Let's try sudo su password for James, and yeah, you are root now. ID root user cd/root cat root text. All right, flag. So this concludes the challenge for today, guys. I know it was long, but I am definitely sure you have learned more skills than before with this room. So that was for today, and see you in the next video.